starts now.
Cameras Cleveland police use to track suspected criminals are set to go dark at the end of this month. Thanks for joining us on 19 News and streaming on 19 News Plus. I'm Caitlin McCarthy. The city's Public Safety Committee voting to block the renewal of the Flock contract. Keith Grant learning tonight it could come back up for a vote.
Wednesday's vote blocking the renewal of Cleveland's $250,000 Flock contract was nearly unanimous. Councilman Mike Polensek, the only member in support. He told 19 News on Sunday he's spoken with Council President Blaine Griffin, who's weighing two options, a full council vote or returning it to the Public Safety Committee with more data on the camera's use. Now, you can find Flock cameras mounted on poles across the city. A small box-shaped camera with a solar panel about the size of a pizza box mounted above it, capturing the license plate, color, make, and model of every passing vehicle.
Does that go into the national database?
To the chair, since we are enrolled in National Lookup, yes.
Okay.
Critics at Wednesday's meeting raising concerns about privacy and the potential for data to be shared with federal immigration authorities. Police say they use Flock cameras thousands of times each month.
We would lose one of the most valuable investigative tools we have right now.
Police say Flock supports violent crime investigation, stolen vehicle recovery, missing persons cases, and leads in hit-skip crashes. But council members want proof it's working.
If we are going to authorize cameras, then doggone it, they've got to work for us.
Polensek pushing through an amendment requiring Flock's data stay exclusively with Cleveland.
Flock Safety shall not sell, share, publish, or exchange any data.
That amendment passing, and 1 minute later, the contract renewal failed anyway. Cleveland has 100 of these Flock cameras across the city that are set to go dark June 29th unless the city council president sets a special vote before that deadline. Keith Grant, 19 News.
Now your night.